Red Hat Pirates here with a new deck profile for the OP09 Blue Doflamingo. We changed up some things in our O9 deck and we are absolutely steamrolling the Ranked West ladder. Before we get into the deck profile, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell to turn on notifications. Get at me in the comments. Let me know if you like the deck, hate the deck, or what you do differently. 1 second, we're getting a ton of returning viewers, but a lot of my returning viewers are not subscribed. Please support the channel and hit that subscribe button. Thank you. Let's go check out Blue Doflamingo. All right, I went ahead and turned off the camera for you, so we can get a good look at these cards. Everybody knows Doflamingo. You attach 2, you swing with lead, you cheat out of 4 cost warlords. We have 4 Edward Weevil, standard. 4 Perona, pretty standard. This is our 1 cost searcher. We have 1 Kaya, new card in the deck. This allows us to where if we're getting a little bit bricked up with some of the new cards that we added in or some events, etc., we can draw 2 and we can trash 2 of those bricks. If we really know, like, hey, we need some counter, we don't have enough 2K, we're able to do that. And then this is also a target for our law bounce, so we can get it right back in our hand and do it as many times as we want. So we only need to run 1 of these. We have 2 of the 10-drop Kaido. This is a new one in our deck, and this card has some great moments where it really shines. Has some pretty good moments into Shanks. You can bounce back Rush Dragon. Never bounce back Rayleigh. But you are able to bounce back their blockers, and you're able to bounce back Rush Dragon. You can even bounce back Beckman. All of those are decent targets to bounce back. This works pretty well into Purple Luffy as well. You can get a chump blocker and you can get Luffy Taro. Works well into Bonnie. You can get Kid. You guys will see that upcoming. This deck list destroys Bonnie. You can get Kid's a good target, and chump blocker. You can get Rosie and Kid in the same turn. We're running this as a 2 of. We are running 1 Pudding. This is our We run these as a 1 of because we're able to search through the deck pretty easily with Perona. And then Sengoku technically would bottom deck it if he did hit on that. But Perona allows us to do it, and Buggy allows us to do it as well. We are running 4 of our 2K counter Crocodiles. We are running 4 Jinbeis, still the heart and soul of the deck. 4 Sengokus. This is our searcher. Lets us get our Perfume Femur 1-ofs. Lets us get us our Teach. Gets us our Jinbeis. Doffy's a target for it. Our Laws. Etc. You name it. Whatever you need, you go grab. We got 2 Josus. This is another bouncer. This is my bounce baby Doffy deck. So we got bouncer. Our whole goal is to continuously swing at your face and throw everything you put on board back into your hand. Josu does that extremely well, and he gives us 1 of our cards back. Doffy does that extremely well, and we don't have to bounce back any of our cards, so we are able to bounce back a 7 or less with this one, a 6 or less with this one, and a 4 or less with this one. If we hit these in sequence, there's very little our opponent can do. We are running 3 of the Gecko Morius. This allows us to get stuff back from trash. 4 of our 2K Mihawks. This is another new card. This is just another one of our bouncers, like we just said. Really strong card. And Perfume Femur can be applied to it if we're going into BY Luffy. So if we need to swing higher. 3 Laws, which is just a bounce law. 2 of our 2Ks, plus it does look at top 3 Buggy. 4 of our Boa Hancock blocker. Card is just absolutely amazing. Does look at top 3. Makes our 6 down turn the most optimal turn to play this on. Jinbei into Boa, and then we get to cheat something out. Marshall D Teach. This sets up multiple plays. I've heard people say they like this card, hate this card, and then if you've been watching me, you've seen me play with it as far as like a 3 or 4 of, and then you watched me tune it down to a 2. It's pretty funny. Like I always seem to be like a minor step ahead of the meta with Doffy, because now if you go look at some of the decks, they're at 3 now. I just got done tuning mine down to 2 a little while back, and it feels better at 2 because while we want to play it out and it's really good into like teach and really good into different people, You want to play this out in order to play out your Weevils from hand or your Gene Bays from hand, or to set up your bounce play. You bounce this back, throw it up top, bounce something else back. Running 3 Grav Blades. This is just really, really, really strong into BY Luffy. Really strong into Doffy Mirror. Pretty good into Teach because you get rid of Burgesses. Running a 1 of Perfume. This is just our game winner for the game. I mean, for pretty much anyone who plays any kind of blockers and we want to go for win. That's what this does. And Sengoku, we have 4 of those to find it. We pretty much find this anytime we need it. We have ranked matches against Bonnie. You guys are going to love that one. Against Luchi, against Shanks, against Blackbeard, and Purple Luffy, and PB&J Luffy. So we're playing all the meta decks. Let's get into those matches. Alright, we got Bonnie here. We are second. She's going first. She'll just play out the Bonnie. Pretty standard. We see Pudding. We like that. We got our Teach. We can go ahead and play that out here. And then just pass. Whatever he swings at leader here, we'll take. He's just going to swing 5. Oh, we hit the trigger. We'll use it. Just get rid of his Bonnie. And he plays out Dellinger. Okay. We do see the Jozu. That's nice. So we're going to just play out Weevil Raw. We'd technically rather him rest Weevil. So yeah, he didn't anyways, though. That's okay. We had to give that up. Yeah. Now we are able to. We can swing Weevil here, and then we can technically Jozu. We'll just have to bounce back the Weevil to the hand. That ain't the greatest, but we get rid of the Cavendish. So it's worth doing. We don't want the Cavendish to be on board at all if we can avoid it. It does replay Cavendish, but we do got Doffy, so we're just going to bounce it back again. And we don't have to send anything back to bounce it back this time. We can counter out of that probably with 2K. Yeah. We don't want to give up our Pudding. We may actually want to use the Pudding. We can just take that one. We're on 8. We do have a Teach play, but I think here we just want a Doffy, and we want to push Cav back to hand. First, we can swing into that and see if we can get some counter. We could have added one to it, but I think we would prefer to have the 2Ks if he has them in hand. And we'll see if he elects to do that. He rests leader. He does give us 2 2Ks. That's okay. Like, we're going to have 1 Don left over, and we're able to bounce the Cav right out. But we're good with taking 2 cards from hand. He does play the Cav out again, but we have 10 drop Kaido as well. So now we're going to be able to push that and push the Dellinger back to hand. And then that will set us up for a Pudding play on the next turn. So we should be able to kill Bonnie and push both Dellinger and Cav back to hand. And then we'll be ready to Pudding. Possibly, depending on, because I mean he normally takes swings like this, so I'm assuming he's going to take that. And then we'll 5 into Bonnie, yep. And then we play out the 10 drop, throw both of those cards back to hand. And now he's on 10. Gets the Doffy freeze out. We'll just counter out with a 2K. And now we can swing 12 and then Pudding. Yep. We'll play out Weevil and Pudding. Yep. And we are super wide now. We can save it. We don't need Jinbei. Plays out Kid. But we have 12K swings now. Like, we can swing big into this. And then he'll be able to rest one of the 7 costs. But then we got another big swing again. Yep, and we'll go right back into it with a 12. Then we got swings into life. We can Pudding. Yep, Pudding swing. Probably 6. Then we can swing 7 and then 7. And he just had 1Ks. That's bad for him. And now we just win next turn because we have Perfume Femur in hand. He can have that. And then whatever he swings that into, he can have. Yep, that's fine. Oh, he didn't have a blocker anyways, and we're just going to put it all on Weevil and win the game. And that's over just like that. Here we got Luchi. We're going second into Luchi here, so we should be Sengoku into Perona. And we can set it up to where we'll pull into Weevil. We can Jinbei. That will give us the Boa. And then we could probably make it to where we can draw into Boa or play out a Gecko on a Jinbei turn. Yeah, that's why we moved it. And we're gonna play into we're playing into Boa anyways the following turn. So we'll be able to reorganize if we need to. And then here I think we just Jinbei right into Weevil. Yep. Draw the Boa. And we'll just take that as well. We're only looking to help our board when we're swinging them. Alright, we can just play Boa out. Swing first, yep, good decision. Play Boa. And then we can... We don't really have anything great to grab off Gecko, so I think we're going to save Gecko, yeah. And we'll just play the 2K out off of it. And sideways, because we're going to lose it anyways. And then we'll be able to redraw 2K, which definitely will help us more than what that Weevil will. So now he... I don't know if he'll elect to swing leader first, but if he does, we can block that pretty easily. We're setting on Graveblade. We've got a nice amount of cards in hand. We don't have terrible amount, too much a counter, but he doesn't know that. He is going to swing 6 into it. We'll probably just 2K. We could blocker Perona here. Yeah, we do. That's fine too. And then he'll swing 6 into 5, and we'll protect that too. We're going to force him to blow up anything on board that he wants to counter. Okay, now we got quite a good amount of swings, and we have enough to be able to grab back a 2K. Yep, and we can still technically play Boa out too. We could Boa or Weevil here. I think either's acceptable. Or we can just swing. Yeah, that works too. There's Perfume. And I don't think we need both Boas. We'll probably get rid of either Graveblade or one of the Boas. Yeah. We're just trying to get him to 1. We can swing 5 on Perona, and we may get a life or an extra card out of him plus life. So we'll probably swing Jinbei. If we swing Jinbei as a 5, he may elect to take that. Or gives us a 2K, that's fine too. And then we swing 5, and then he has to take that. So we got an extra 2K by doing it that way, as opposed to just putting it all on Jinbei and him just taking it. Which is pretty big. Definitely makes a difference. We can give 2K 1K, yep. He gets that. And he's got 7. We can counter out of his 5K swing unless he's swinging into Perona. Oh, he's swinging 7. We'll have to take that too. But we do have a Boa play here, so we're still okay. We can Boa and just swing big. And we see Jinbei. It's not the greatest, though, because we kind of want to keep the counter in our hand at the same time. So we may elect to just play out Jinbei, but don't play nothing off of him. We could play Teach, but we don't have to. It's probably safer not to. Yeah, we just, yep. And then we know that we win with Perfume. As long as we survive this turn, which we got a 2k, a 1k, and a blocker. He'd have to get rid of the blocker and then hope we hit everything dead in hand. We should have blocked right there, but it's okay. And then he plays out the Rebecca. We don't care about any of that. We are going to play Perfume here. Everything to lead. And game over. GG, we beat Luchi. He had Jacks in hand, but he didn't play him on 7 because we basically dare him to play his Jacks on 7. So here we see Teach. We do get the Buggy out. Plays Lafitte. We have a swing into that, and then we were also able to swing into lead still, which is nice. We didn't see all the cards we would have liked to seen on the Buggy, but it's okay. We got a regular crock out. We can't defend it either. We don't have much counter. Okay, he doesn't pop our Buggy. That's fine. So we can possibly Perona here and probably Weevil and still swing 5 at leader. I know Perona doesn't give us anything as far as looking at top 5 goes, but it gives us an extra card on board that we can swing into his low end. No trigger, that's good. So now if he plays out Lafitte or dot Qs, I can swing back at dot Q still and still swing at life. I can continuously put pressure on life, and we're setting on Grav Blade, so that's nice too. So unless he has a Liberation, he does not. Okay, so now we're going to 7. We know we can technically Grav Blade here and get rid of the Burgess and his dot Q without actually... And he hit on the trigger immediately. We should have probably swung that first, but it's okay. We get rid of it. He gets no card draw off dot Q because we bottom decked him. He gets 2 more out. He gets Burgess out with Vasco shot. We'll just swing 5, see what he's got in hand. Gives us a card. We can swing Perona and that, or we can just choose to go wide, and we chose to go wide there. We know he had a blocker. We weren't going to be able to get him to 0, so... And he was going on 10 down as well. So we just wanted to be able to go as wide as we could. And we can counter that. And we will. Okay. He does get us black hold again. So we swing 5. He has to take... we know we have Boa swing. See what he does. And then we still have Perona swing and Buggy swing. So we can swing 6 and then 7. And he does give us blocker. Or we can leave 1 so we can play another one just in case. Yep. So we just play Buggy just in case. We know he's only got 3 swings into us, so we're relatively safe. And then we have an extra card that we can get at least a 5k swing out. And then he's going to probably play down another Blackbeard, we would assume. Yep. And then he KOs that Buggy. Now we have, 3 swings. And he has 2 blockers. So, we're good. We just have to, probably swing, we could only go 6 because our last one, we would want to do 7 still. So if he has a 2K, he will live here. We should have swung leader first, technically, as well. Yeah, we should have swung leader first, but it's okay. We'll have to pass. That was minor. That was kind of misplayed there. If you wonder why I should have swung leader first, it's so I could have left one of those standing. So I would have had 3 swings this next turn. Guaranteed 3 swings. Well, it wouldn't have been because he liberated, but we hit Gravity Blade. He used Liberation. We get rid of his. He got rid of ours. And now we still have 3 swings, unless he swings into those, which effectively we win the game. But we did make it a little more scary. Here we got Purple Luffy. We'll just take. We get a Teach off of it. That's pretty nice because we have Weevil as well. So now we know we can hit the old Teach Weevil combo, which is a great combo to hit. And now we got 2 Weevils, so it's even better. We can just swing 8 into Luffy. It's nice to be able to swing big into him anyways, because we want him taking his life or giving up as much counter as we can get. Yep, that's perfect. 2 2Ks works for us. See what he does here. We do got a Law Bouncer, so we can get rid of that as well. We go ahead and give him a 2K there. He does rest our... That's unfortunate. He rested that. We are glad he swung life instead of into Weevil. Now we have Jinbei Boa combo. We are going on 6 Don. That's pretty ideal. So we should be able to get that out and still swing a 6 and a 7. So I'm assuming that's what we do. Yeah, 6. Yep. Then play Jinbei into Boa. We see another Jinbei. That's perfect. So now we can Jinbei into a Weevil. Weevil gives us that 2K. And then we'll just draw into Buggy next turn. Weevil gives us the Mihawk. We draw into Buggy. I think the reason we did that is because if, for whatever reason, we had to use Perona as like a last-ditch counter, we wanted to at least have Buggy on the next turn. So because we're not worried about using Mihawk as counter. We're very willing to use Mihawk as counter. And he'll probably put our Boa in life. He does. 5 into 5. We can 1K that. And then 6 into 5, we'll 2K out of that. 7, he's got it. And then we got nice healthy swings now. Very nice healthy swings. And we can still Perona. Yeah. We see another Jinbei. I don't even think we have to Jinbei here, though. We could probably just Gecko. Gecko, get back something, and then we can set up a Jinbei for the following turn. Yeah. Or we could, if we really want to bounce back the Zoro, we could Jinbei into Law, bounce back Zoro. That's what we're going to do. We're going to swing 7s, and then we're going to get rid of one of his swings. That's not bad either. Either one was acceptable. We could have Geckoed there and set up for the next turn, but getting rid of one of his bricks and pushing it back to hand that he just can't swing with anymore is pretty nice too. And simultaneously, we get to use 7, 7. We get to go 7 again. Yeah, we're going to get to go 7 again and then 7 again. And then we'll just go 7 again, and we'll push that card back to hand simultaneously. Yeah, he didn't even have that, but we were going. His next turn was bad too. And here we got Shanks. He's got a little interesting thing going. He's got the Nami that gives him Rested Dawn. We got double Sengokus, and we got 2 Jinbeis and 2 Weevils. We'll just take that. See Kaido. 10 drop ain't too bad here. It does allow us to push back his Rush Dragon. It's probably the most effective use of it, because you do not want to push back Silver Rayleigh to hand. But pushing back Rush Dragon or pushing back his blockers, those are both acceptable. We got a nice healthy hand. We thought he was going to blow it up with Lucky Roo. He did not. We swung Weevil first because we were like, hey, if we swing Jinbei first, he will blow it up. And then we're just going to swing 6 again, and we're going to play out Jinbei into another Weevil. Get more card draw. Because we don't know. We just chose not to go blind, and we'll just continuously grab cards and keep them standing upright. On top of that, we have 2 Gravity Blades, so we will be able to get rid of his blockers since he's choosing not to use them. And we will not take easy swings like that. He's going to go 7 into 3. I think we got to kind of give that up. Seven into 5. We will. I think we counter that. Yeah. So we can either Grav Blade here or we can Jozu. Either way, I think we want Lucky Roo in his hand and not on his board, or in his bottom of his deck. And we can still get away with swinging 5s and Gravity Blade. And I think we're going to Gravity Blade to get rid of that card. Yeah, Building Snake. We're just going to Gravity Blade them both. Yep. And that's what we choose to do. We know we're in a really good position, especially if we get rid of both of them. We could do either one. Yeah, we do it that way. It allows us to replay out Sengoku, and we use Sengoku to get Perfume, so either one was okay. I like the Jozu just because it gives us another swing now. Whereas we would assume that he would be playing Rayleigh or that. Okay, he KOs that one. But now we're left with, one other swing that we wouldn't have had. He has 2 up, so he may be using Red Hawk, so we'll attach 1 down to Jinbei just in case, so he doesn't get blown up. We know we're doing that ahead of time. Then we can go 7. Yeah, he'll minus it by 1. We have a Boa play we can play out here. 0 costs. Now we can Boa and then swing everything else, and we know we win next turn. It really doesn't matter here. We don't even have to actually play it out. I don't think we're going to either. Yeah, we're just going to swing everything. That makes more sense. That way, if he did have the Rad Beam, he would have had to Rad Beam plus 1. He's seen us grab Perfume, but I don't know that he paid attention because he played out 2 Lucky Roos. And we don't care about either one. We might as well just take it. It's irrelevant. Yep. We will do that and then swing everything. Yeah, and he obviously doesn't have. And then we got PB&J Luffy. PB and L. We see Teach and we see Jinbei. We have to take Jinbei here. We got to take Jinbei. I mean, Teach is very nice, but we don't really have anything to play off of him that's worthy except for Law. So we Kaya. We can get rid of, Doffy and probably Sengoku because we're going to play Law Bouncer and have a Sengoku anyway, so we're not really worried about it. Yep, swing 5, Jinbei into Weevil. He does Gum Gum Lightning our Weevil. I prefer the top knot version, but he does get it. We can counter out of that with Jozu technically, or we can. Yeah, it was better that we did that because we rolled into brick anyways. So we'll swing 5 and 5. We can go Jinbei into Weevil. Yep. And we pull back into a Doffy. So if we do need one that's still there, that's yours. He must not have had no play. But now we know we got a decent amount of swings. We're setting on 8. We can technically, if we really want our cards back, we can get them back with Law. Or we can just make some decent sized swings. But this game's wide open for us. It's definitely favored for us right now. And we swung 5 and he only gave it 2K, so now we know 7's going to go through. We can Jinbei into Law and bounce back our Sengoku. Yep, and then we can swing and we'll just go with it. And we hit on something. It was blind, but we did hit on the teach. It's not too crazy here, but it does serve as a blocker, so that works for us. So we know we got multiple 7s here. He's got 1 up. We're going to force him to get rid of his, to just dump his hand because we're setting on Perfume. We really just want to, if we can get him to 0, we know we win next turn. So we're just forcing him to hand dump. Yep, and we just swing 9. Yep, and he dumped his hand, and now we just win next turn. And he quits. And there you have it. This is our deck for 09 Blue Doffy. We will be playing this in the Treasure Cup coming up on December 21st. We are in the Treasure Cup. We will be going live that day. Make sure you check out the stream. Later.